This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we do encourage you to like and share them on social media and with your friends, because it's time for the science of caring. CareBag Incorporated now presents to you Careology, the science of caring, hosted by Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. How you doing?
All right, so far.
You doing good so far?
Still
I
doing.
thought we were just still here last week. It's like I was here yesterday.
Time flies.
Time
in
flies
radio.
when you're
Time
having
is
fun.
Never a factor around here.
No, it's
Boom.
not. No, it's not. Good evening, everyone. This is Roxy with Careology, and if you're driving home and you're tuning in, we want to say thank you for tuning in with us. If this is your first time listening to Careology, welcome. We are so happy to have you. Our mission for CareBag is very simple: to provide access to proper hygiene for all wellness, to our homeless, to our families in need, for our community. And Careology is a subsidiary of CareBag Incorporated. And here at Careology, we are here every Tuesday at 6:05 on WPSL. We are a weekly radio show that promotes the science of caring, sharing knowledge, and educating with the community on the resources available to you through our businesses, local businesses that we really try to promote, and through local nonprofits here. And we've had a few, and we have a really good show for you tonight. And I just want to say thank you again for tuning in. We really, really appreciate everyone that is always listening to us. And again, I am always grateful, mindful of every time I wake up in the morning and my feet hit the side of the bed. We've been talking about being grateful and having gratitude. So I hope all of you are doing that. And I had a friend that had surgery the other day, and I just want to wish him the best recovery, because I know he's listening. And we won't call his name. It begins with M. And we just want to know that he is healing and he's recuperating very, very well. And this show is about giving, and we have two businesses here that we're going to talk to, and they're about giving back and doing so much in the community. And we are so, so happy about that. And this Saturday, we are at the Hometown Festival in Hope Sound, Saturday, October 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the William Myers Park. So if you want to come out and see what we have going on, there's going to be a whole lot of nonprofits, different businesses out there, and it's just to have a great time. So if you're out there and you want to just need something to do this weekend, CareBag will be out there with our mobile shower unit that you can come, walk through, talk to us, and just see what we're about. And we'd love to say hi to you. So that's what it's about. But I'm going to just start off with my guest right away, because I'm really excited to have him. And we're going to talk about money mindset, and we're going to talk about what's important to you. And Mark, thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh boy, his voice is he got a radio voice, Cliff.
Not
He
like
got
Cliff.
Not like Cliff. He got a good radio voice. So, Mark, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
I work with a company called TRIVENT Financial here locally, and I am a financial advisor.
And tell us a little bit more about TRIVENT, which I love. It's different from any other company out there. So I want you guys to really pay attention. So before Mark starts, TRIVENT has been a big supporter of CareBag from day one. And we are, I show love to everyone that always shows love back to CareBag. I have them on as my guests because I know where their heart is. And it's not just for CareBag, it's for other nonprofits in the community. So we want to give a really big applause to TRIVENT for everything they've done. Thank you. Look at that. Our audience is just ecstatic. Thank you. So tell us a little bit more about TRIVENT.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for having me today.
Of course.
TRIVENT's a little bit different. We provide people with financial clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And people go, what does that mean, Bart?
Yeah.
And we have no idea. Okay. And here's a good idea. Let's say I'm talking to Cliff.
Okay.
And I love Cliff. And I say, Cliff.
You've called Swap Shop, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I say, Cliff, what do you want to be when you grow up? Cliff might just tell me, I am grown up. Cliff.
But actually, if you'd have asked me 50, 60 years ago, I'd have probably told you radio.
And there
Can
you are.
tell?
Yeah.
Well, all you got to have is a desire and an ability to carry it through, the willingness to carry it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But you really have to find out what makes people happy. Sometimes you have to find out what they do on the weekend, because when they retire, every day is Sunday. So
I can't imagine that yet.
so you gotta really clue into what's important to a person. And anytime they make decisions with money, the question should be, how does that get you toward your happy place?
So you need to find out their needs, their wants, and their wishes.
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
so if anyone sounds like I really know what I'm talking about, I'm going through the brochure. You know me, Roxy's just going to give you the truth. I'm not all that sophisticated financially. I have my money mindset book right here. For those
Wishes
who can't
can be
see
powerful,
me,
though.
wishes can be powerful. That's right. So tell us how we get into that. The needs, the wants, and the wishes.
Well, as human beings, we all have the same needs. We all
Right.
need food, water, and shelter. But what sets us apart as as different human beings are our wants and wishes. Like, what's important to you, Roxy, may not be important to Cliff.
I can guarantee you that.
Or it may not be important to Carol or John. So you've really got to. I'll give you an example. Okay, I have 3 daughters and I have 3 grandchildren. My happy place in life is watching the Dallas Cowboys play the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, with one of my daughters making sausage and gravy in the kitchen, and the kids are in an Eagles uniform, and maybe we're wrestling on the floor. I don't
Okay.
want to go to the Netherlands or Italy or anything like that. That's happy
That's
for
your
me.
happy place.
And maybe I don't need to plan a lot money-wise to do that. But I may be talking to Cliff, and Cliff may say, I want to go on a mission trip overseas, and I want to work in Africa, and I want to work with people and bring food and water and the Word of God over there. Well, that's a different story.
That's a different
And maybe
story.
he's going to need some more money for that to
Right.
do those kind of things. So you really have to. So I'm kind of a coach, a partner to people.
Okay. So you're coaching for surviving, struggling, being secure, and having a surplus.
Yeah,
Okay.
and when we talk to people about that, and we ask them, all I'm asking them where they think they're at.
Yeah.
And, if they tell me they're stable, that's great. What would make you feel a little bit more secure about your situation? And listen to them.
And just for anyone out there, and if I'm wrong, this is what I say to anyone that sits to my right. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I don't know everything. I think I do, but I don't. But one thing I've always learned, and my dad has always taught me, there is not a bad time to save. It doesn't matter how old you are. There's not a bad time. You can always start, because we're all two things that we know we're gonna do. We're all gonna get old, and we're all gonna die. That's how it goes. It might not come in that order,
I'm
but
okay with
prepare. But to prepare.
done it all now.
So, and the reason why I bought TRIVENT on is that I love what they do. TRIVENT gives back. So everyone knows, anyone I have on this show, they have a heart of giving back, and they call them TRIVENT dollars.
Yeah, we are a 501c8 corporation. We
Okay.
do not pay federal income tax. So our members, and that's what we call people who are customers of TRIVENT, members, we give them monies per year. At a minimum, we give them something called Action Team money, and that's
Right.
$500 per year. And they could use it on projects they feel passionate about. And I'll give you an example of that. Let's say, we're doing the mobile shower, okay?
Yep. You guys have done the mobile shower.
Okay, and we're going to do a drive to raise money for the mobile shower, or we're going to clean the mobile shower. I don't know. There's action involved, and there's a group of people doing that. Well, for that particular type of project, we would say, hey, you can lead that project.
By doing your action.
We give them $250 per action team, and that's $500 per year, because they get 2 of them. We give them T-shirts, we give them thank you cards, stickers, name tags. Comes in a big old box, like it's
A big
Christmas.
old box, people.
So, we encourage members to use their action teams.
Well, I have to say one thing about the action teams. TRIVENT has done a lot of action through different. There are many members, and many of them have supported Care Bag. We have gotten our soaps, our towels. We've gotten our rails. We've gotten our toilet paper. We've gotten so much. That's how we actually started off, by just getting our distribution through TRIVENT, which you might not have known. So we've been very, very grateful for that. So if someone wanted to find out, okay, what's the best way to start that I can find out about TRIVENT? Or they're a little hesitant, what would you go and tell them?
Well, you can always give me a call. My number
Okay.
is 772-236-0063.
And we're going to have that up on WPSL TV and also on CareBag's page.
Or you could
So-
go to our website, TRIVENT.com. Or you could Google Mark Valinote TRIVENT. My website shows up there. You can reach out to me by email or phone. And I think that's a good way to start out. And the first thing I like to do with people is just have a conversation about what's important to them. And we kind of take it from there.
And he doesn't hound you people. I can tell you, Mark will sit, he'll talk, he'll answer you questions, and he'll try to find out what works for you. You know, do you want to be wise? You know, do you want to protect yourself? Is it a long-term plan, short-term plan? You know, and what do you want to give yourself? Like you said, sitting around the TV with your daughter cooking and the grandkids. Me, it's on a plane, preferably business or first class, which doesn't work out all the time, going somewhere. As long as I'm on a plane going somewhere, I'm good. But the reason why TRIVENT gives back, and me and Cliff always talk about that, local. You know, shop local, do local, because that's what's in our community. And the one thing TRIVENT does, it gives back to the community in so many different ways, which we're very, very grateful for. So how long have you been with TRIVENT? So people could know they're
God,
talking
I've
to
been
a
with Thrivent
professional.
now 9 or 10 years, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a little bit of a while. So it's just a gift. I'm very thankful for what I'm doing. It's fun.
It's fun.
You know, it doesn't seem like work.
Okay.
I love talking to people, and it's awesome. You just got to think everything we have in life is a gift from God,
Okay.
and money is a gift from God also. Okay, and we have to treat it like that, and because you ain't taking it with you.
No, you're not.
So
No, you're not. Actually, you're not even taking your clothes with you because they buy you new ones.
so
We're real on this show, so.
you
we're-
said something really important earlier. You said, look, you start where you're at.
Yeah.
And that's it. Okay? And every day's a blessing, every day's a gift. And we just have to use these gifts that God gives us in a wise way. So we try to teach people to be very wise with their money.
With their money. So what type? Okay, so you deal with finances. What type of financial information do you offer to your clients?
Well,
Let's give them some information.
Sure. The first thing we offer is advice.
Uh-huh.
And that could be financial planning services, tax strategies, trust or estate planning. We have investments, mutual funds, IRAs, 529s, managed accounts, and brokerage accounts. We offer insurance, life, disability, long-term care, and annuities. And we have a strong generosity program. That means giving strategies, gift annuities, and also donor-advised funds, which are very important for nonprofits.
Oh, yes, they are. Nonprofits can't survive without it. That's number one, and that's important. So let's go back to the advice. I come to you, you don't know me. You know what, Mark, I haven't started. I've never invested before. What would you advise me to do? I'm single. I have 2 kids. I don't know anything about it. And I want to just start saving for my children's future. What is some things, because we have a lot of single moms that listen to us. So how would you go ahead and advise them to move forward?
It depends on their particular situation.
Uh-huh.
Single moms are not all the same.
That's true. Definitely
so
true.
you really
no
have
one's all the same.
You got to talk to the lady or the man, and you got to find out what's important to them at this point. And you know, you've really got to look. This is my wish list. I've got 6 or 7, maybe 8 things on my wish list. Okay, let's whittle it down to 1 or 2. Let's
Okay.
start with 1 or 2, because you can't do everything at once.
That's true.
You know, you got to let God do some of the heavy lifting.
Well, on this show, you are always free to talk about God because we do not shun him here at all. Right, Cliff?
This is like a church in
This
here.
is like,
It's
sometimes
like a
we get into church, yeah. I had my pastor here last week, and what we talked about was forgiveness. And I picked the main topic that I have the biggest problem with, because I start with myself. I'm a hard head when I'm a hard nut to crack, and forgiveness that's my pet peeve. So that's what we started with.
Even in Mama Bear mode, forgiveness kicks in, which is
Yeah.
a lot of people are thankful for that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we want to. So, what's important to you? So, if these are a few things, because some people would just pick 1 or 2. So these are some things until someone, Mark or Cliff, starts mentioning it. That's the only time you start thinking about it. So you have retirement, you have travel, you have education, major purchases, home improvement, health care, gift or donation if you're planning to get married, if you want a new home, start a business, leave something to someone, or something else. So for me, it was always traveling until November 5th last year, we became grandparents. So now for me, a big thing is education. I want to see what we can leave for, our little tyke, that, his future is secure. So everything changes for everyone.
Yeah.
Every moment something just changes.
Sure.
So we want people to know that. So is there anything that you want to tell our listeners? Because we have people that listen.
It's just, I think sometimes a lot of people in my business complicate this. And it's not that hard.
Okay.
You have to keep it simple. Spend less money than you make. Be wise with your debt. Protect yourself against setbacks. I'll tell you the most important thing, and I see people have this plan in their head, but you have to write it down.
Yeah.
You have to have a short-term and a long-term plan, and you've got to have it written down. And then you've got to give back. You got to give back every day.
Oh, yeah.
So I think if you follow those 5 little precepts of life, you're going to be pretty good.
It's going to be pretty good. There you go. Well, everyone, we have learned financial habits to live by and practice these financial habits to maintain a sound financial strategy. I just sound like I know what I'm saying.
You do know what you're
I know.
saying.
I'm
You're
reading out
saying
the
it
book.
right.
I'm
You're
saying it right. He said, spend less, be wise with your debt, protect yourself against setbacks, have a short or a long-term plan
Written down.
and what people need to understand. I'm gonna stop and just elaborate on this one here about giving back. Everyone always looks at rich people and all these multimillionaires. So let me just give you their secret. When I read their books and I listen to them, they give back. If you want to be blessed, you got to give back. And that's the secret to it. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's just giving back.
And don't be afraid to learn something new every day. You get in the habit of doing that,
That's
and
true.
over time, it becomes a habit. You don't stop. You
It
just
becomes just a
continually
big habit.
keep an eye out.
But it's always good. We can't sit down and you said something that I love, Mark. You have to spend within what you meet. You can't look at the Joneses because you
No.
don't know what the Joneses have. And you tell people you can't look at the Joneses, the Adams, the Valinotes. You can't look. You have to know what you do, and you have to stick to it.
And when your neighbor cuts his grass, that does not obligate you to get out there and cut yours too.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you want to go ahead and beat it to it next time.
Or if you have a good neighbor like mine that just cuts the same side, you're good to go. So, Mark, I just want to say thank you. We're putting your information out there, and anyone that wants to go ahead and get in touch with Mark, we're going to say his number again. It's 772-236-0063, and he is here in Port St. Lucie, and we're going to have that information up on WPSL TV and also CareBag. So any information you need to know, or you just want financial clarity, go ahead and give Mark a call and hear what TRIVENT has to offer. Not only is it going to be good for you, but you're going to be able to also give back to the community. So you get a double blessing. It'll just start coming double fold all over. Mark, it was so good to have you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. And we really thank Mark for coming out. So what we're going to do now, we are going to go ahead and we're going to hear from our sponsors, and which are very, very important because we can't do this without our sponsors. And we just want to say thank you, Mark. And we hope and we wish you the best success in all your games that are coming up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And I am Roxy with Careology, and me and Cliff will be back right after these messages. If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car Buying Simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car Buying Simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. How would you like to win a Lexus UX 200 with taxes paid? No car payment. That sounds terrific. Go to givecarebag.com all proceeds go to help our local nonprofit CareBag Incorporated, where they provide access to proper hygiene to those in our community in need. We also have 2 additional prizes. Go to givecarebag.com to find out how you could win a beautiful 2021 Lexus UX 200. No lease, taxes paid. Drawing December 17th, 2021.
And now, back to Careology, the science of caring. Once again, here's your host, Roxy.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Roxy here on Careology, and we are the Science of Caring, where we promote what we have going on in our community by educating you and sharing resources with you. And we have switched gears. So I have a new person in my chair. Now, before I introduce, I just want to tell you guys a little story. I had one of our mobile shower units parked, and I went and we opened it up. It was in what you call the Florida winter, and something went into our unit, and Cliff, it ate the wires. And I think our whole inverter just blew. It just blew. I went and I called Elite Electric, and I said, I have a problem. Would you mind looking at it and telling me what is wrong? I want to tell my listeners and the world, because we got people that listen all over the world. This gentleman here, Mr. John with Elite Electric, not only did we get the inverter, because it was under warranty, but they did such a great job. It's running beautifully, and I want to say thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Got talking to the mic.
You are quite welcome.
So this is Mr. John, and I do not want to mess up your last name.
Just say John P.
John P. Okay, with Elite Electric. How are you doing?
I'm doing super great.
Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And who do we have over here?
That's my beautiful bride, Jackie.
Oh, hi, Jackie. He said bride. I
That's
love
right.
that. All right. And how long have we had this bride?
33 years.
Wow. I'm almost there. I'm at 24. I'm almost there. He doesn't call me a bride, so he's listening, so he got to step his game up. He has to step his game up, Jackie.
There you go.
Well, it is wonderful having you. Beautiful smile. Thank you so much. And I just want to say, Ed, I've been excited to have you on. So, and Mr. Elite Electric, how long have you been in business?
So we've been in business for right at 33 years right
33? Okay.
Yep.
So this is a bride, too. The Elite Electric is a bride, too.
now. I think she forced me to make sure I got my license and get busy.
Wow, I love that. You know, behind every successful man is a great woman.
That is correct. And if you notice the way we're sitting and see where she is.
Yeah, right behind you.
That's
there you
it.
go. That's it. So
That's it.
I'm glad I have you on, and you are local, and you do so much for the community.
We try.
You do. You do a lot for the community. You host bashes. You do a lot with the chamber. You have Power of we. See, I knew it was we.
I was going to let you stumble a little bit.
No, listen, my listeners know I will stumble, but I will get back up. So, and you do so much in the community, and we try to support local. Local is important because that is what makes CareBag and other nonprofits be able to do what we do.
Absolutely.
And we are grateful, and we are thankful, and it's a privilege to have you on, and I really appreciate that. But we want to talk about safety. Okay, so I'm going to talk about me first, and then we can talk about everyone else.
Perfect.
I have a generator that I want to go ahead, and I want to put it to my home.
Okay.
So we have hurricane time coming.
Yep.
We have Christmas time coming, and people do the craziest things with lights, with all type of cords.
You've met the same ones I've met?
Probably so. And I don't want anyone's house burning next to mine. So please give us some good advice about good electric.
So as far as generators go,
Yes.
Generators, if you're going to use a generator to help power the house or just to use for an extension cord or so forth, one of the main things is to keep it far enough away from the house to where the fumes won't go into the house. You want to keep it far enough away from the house just because of you're using, gas and it's explosive for sure.
So that not on the back patio, farther from the back patio.
You want to keep it off the back patio.
Oh,
it
really?
should be at least 5 to 10 foot away from the house.
Oh,
Yeah, you never want it in the house, ever.
No, I know
Carbon
that
monoxide.
because I have a back patio screens, and I'm thinking, okay, it can sit on the back patio. But
Yep.
no.
and you want to keep in mind the way the wind's blowing.
Okay.
You want to keep your windows shut on that side of the house,
Ooh.
just because of the gas fumes.
The gas fumes.
Yep. Yep.
See, I don't know if anyone else is learning right now, but I am just getting a fountain of information because I was thinking the opposite, that I can have it. That's what I like. Remember, I always learn. So because generators are coming up. We're still in the height of hurricane season, which is very important. And then we have the holidays coming up, and everyone's plugging wires into all over, everywhere, because I know that's your busy season. So give us some good educational advice on what you as a professional would like to tell us about being safe.
So going into the other side where you have holiday lights and stuff, so let's say you do have plenty of power, you don't need the generator, but the safety of just using proper extension cords,
Okay.
as well as GFCI circuits. You don't want to just run any type of a cord outside. You want to use a weatherproof cord that's rated for the weather per se.
You know I'm gonna have to call you to come by the house. Okay, so
we can do that.
I know you
And-
can. I went on your website and went on Google. Sorry, not your website, because I love to read reviews.
Yep.
That's what I go by. I did not see one bad review.
We have a couple.
I didn't see them.
There's a couple.
Well, I
There's
didn't
no
see
doubt.
them.
There's
I
no
didn't-
doubt.
I didn't see them.
We do our best to, take care of those people. If we did something that they didn't like, we'll take care of it.
We can't make everybody happy.
I
have
I
people.
get that.
Please
We-
everybody.
Listen, I have people
but we
upset
do our
with
best.
me. I have people upset with me when I give them free diapers. So
Yeah,
we can't please everyone.
we have done that.
They don't need to be intimidated by that either, because
Mm-hmm.
you're such a nice person and allow that.
You gotta know me. You gotta
Yeah,
know me
yeah.
to love me.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that. So, but I wanted you on because I know safety is such a big deal.
Yes.
But there are two things. I wanted to talk about being safe, but I wanted to talk about what you do in the community because you're awesome. So just tell us some of the things that you do.
So in the community, one of the biggest things is try to help the community. We've been around. One of our main goals when we first started in business, some 33 years ago, was
With your new bride.
with the new bride, is just literally to help. I mean, but that's always been one of our goals. Is I wanted to build the business to where we could get to a point where if there was somebody in need, that we could certainly help them, and so we're doing our best to fulfill that. And along the way, we came up with the idea of the power of we, and that's where we offer $1,000 a month to any nonprofit.
I did that, but I didn't get a lot of votes. A lot of people didn't vote for me at that time. But I'm
Well,
okay because
so-
we're all good.
So something you don't know then,
What?
you don't have to stop, put your name in again, or have somebody else put your name in, and you keep going.
I got a radio show now, so there we go.
There you go.
So how does the power of we work?
So the power of we, the way it works, is the community. So you go on the website, which is thepowerofwe.net.
Okay. The power of we.net. Okay.
Correct. You can also get to it from our regular
Your website,
which
okay.
is eliteelectricandair.com.
Elite Electric and, not the sign, and air.com.
Correct. So let's say you go to thepowerofwe.net, you go on there and you can fill out for your preferred nonprofit, and you want to tell why, whatever it is. So CareBag signs up, and so we see that.
Okay.
So let's pretend that the CareBag goes up this month, and you don't get chosen for some reason. You put it up again next month, and two people
Persistence.
put it up 6 months from now, or
Okay.
whatever the case may be. We see that.
Okay.
So however many folks come up on there, which typically we have on any given month, we'll have a minimum of 10 in the upwards of 20
Okay.
each month. And out of those 10 to 20 folks, we look at them and we choose. Okay, so let's pretend that you showed up this month and you didn't get picked the 10 times before, but we know that you're up there and we see other people voting for you as well. Then we say, hey, CareBag's been up there many, many times, and so we choose you and somebody like another like nonprofit
Okay.
or similar.
Similar.
And so we do that in-house, and then what happens is we then send it back out to the community and allow the community to vote.
And this is all done on social media.
It's all done on social
Okay.
media through the
Website, the We
through
portal.
the powerofwe.net,
Powerofwe.net.
and or you can hit it a couple different ways,
Oh, okay.
through Facebook or our site, but you have to vote.
You have to vote. How long is the voting?
The voting is for, I don't know exactly how many days.
We'll
I think
ask
it's
the
about
bride.
I think it's about 10 days. First.
Okay. The bride knows everyone. The bride. You can't
That's
see her.
right.
We can see her. The
Yeah.
bride knows. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you have a week or two to vote, and at that time, that's when you get your friends and other community members,
Just start
people,
begging everybody.
people that believe in you,
Mhm.
and have them vote for it, and
Okay.
and you'll get chosen.
Ah. So there we go.
So-
We learned about the power of we. So we have a lot of nonprofits. Careology is about giving information. So it's
Yes.
not about CareBag.
Correct.
It is about CareBag is a subsidiary, but we've had, oh my goodness, how many nonprofits? I think we've had nearly every nonprofit, almost every nonprofit here on the Treasure Coast. From
We've
Inner
covered
Truth,
every issue that
every issue.
comes
So
along,
we
too.
bring nonprofits on to the radio and we have them talk about themselves, because someone listening to me might not need CareBag, but
Right.
they might need mental health. They might need Inner Truth. They might need Madison's Miracles. We've had so many on, and we charge no nonprofit to come on. So we want them. It's about working together. It's not about being separate. So that is what that's why Careology was formed, so we can bring everyone together. And it's just having them on as my guest.
Right.
That's what we do. So that is a good way for everyone to know. So we found out something with our first guest, which was New Horizons, that if something is wrong, you can just dial 211 and they will come to your home. If there's a mental issue or you're having a mental breakdown, you call
Interesting.
211, ask for New Horizons, and they will come to your home at no cost. So no one has to suffer. And we learned that on the show. So we're always happy to give new information. And so if you have an electric problem, and this is hurricane season, you guys know one thing. I don't put anyone on this show that is not worthy. I'm not going to do it because I don't want it coming back to bite me in the bazooka. So Elite Electric, they have come to CareBag's rescue when we had the one shower unit. And Cliff, I was like, wow. Not only did they fix my inverter, they looked at everything else, and it's running good now. We've had 2 years, no problems.
Is that
We've
like
had
for the
it.
water heater inside?
No, the inverter, whatever animal got in there and they chewed that wire, the whole inverter went. So everything was
so
down.
he wasn't able
Yep.
to.
We can do anything. Only
Get
thing
the
we
right
could do is look
voltage in
at
there.
it.
Yep,
Only
it
thing we could
shorted it
do.
out and
Yep. Only thing we can do is look at it. And the guys came in and did a fabulous job.
They know what to look for.
They
though.
know what they're looking for and they know what they're doing. So if you know you need to check some wiring, you know you need to look at something, you're not sure, hurricane season is prime, I am going to make an appointment so they can come and check out my generator, because I would love my generator that when the power goes, it just, whoop, if it can. I don't know if it can. It's a Gen X. Generac. Thank you. See,
And does it really go?
I
I've
think
never
they
turned it on,
can,
so I
can't
don't
they?
know.
Can't they? If the power, I know we had when here we had an old diesel machine.
It's not. No,
out
mine
back.
is not the big one. I can
Would-
lift the handles and
The
roll
power
it.
would go out, but it would crank up all
It'd
by
crank
itself.
up?
And when
Yes.
the power was, it detected
Okay.
there was no energy
Well, see,
coming
we
in.
need that here.
Yes.
Just a small
So that would be a standby.
A standby.
So we do standbys in homes as well.
Oh, okay, that's the big ones.
Yep. So
I don't
that-
have the
that's
big one. I
yep.
have the one you lift the handle. It has the 2 wheels.
Yep. So then that,
Mhm.
based on, so you can do that a couple different ways, where you
Okay.
just use extension cords,
Right.
or the preferred way is to where you have one cord
Mhm.
come out of that and
The
then
box.
and then plug into a specific generator outlet, and then that attaches to the main panel, and then you can go and flip some breakers and operate anything in the entire home from your portable generator.
That is how a professional sounds.
Oh yeah.
That's
Gives
how
you the facts right away.
the facts, and that's what we want. We want to keep everyone safe in St. Lucie County. What counties do you work in?
So we work the Tri-County area as well as down into West Palm.
Okay, so you go to West Palm like I go. I go as far as Boca.
Okay.
That's
So we will go to Boca, but for the most part, we advertise right up into the North Palm Beach
North
County.
Palm Beach area. Okay, so if you are looking for someone for your electric needs, only thing you need to do is call Elite Electric and Air.
Perfect.
And plumbing?
Yes, we started
Whoa.
plumbing. So
The bride is giving me all the information.
Yep. So it's actually, well, I was going to get to it. I was, we were going.
We were going there.
So it actually changed from Elite Electric, plumbing and air.
Oh.
So
when did you start the plumbing?
So we started the plumbing in August. We ran our first plumbing calls. So we
In-house or pool or just?
So we've just as the electrical and the air conditioning, we focus on general service, repair, and replacement. No new construction.
You learn something new
we
every
want to take
day.
care of you. We want to serve you. We want to serve the individual at their home and small commercial.
So let me repeat my commercial again. If you are looking
My
for,
commercial.
yes, I do my commercials here. So if you are looking for the right electrical company, please call Elite Electric and Air, and now our new service of plumbing.
Now, would you consider, like, if somebody flips houses over and they need to get it up to code before they can get a certificate of occupancy?
Yep.
You can do those too. That's not, you're not just not doing any new construction at this
That's
time.
correct.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's correct.
But that.
Yeah,
that-
there's a lot of, guys and girls that will
Oh, yeah.
certainly buy a house and then they want to get it
Just
fixed
yeah.
up.
It's got to be up to code, and hey, the best way to do it.
And you have someone that has 30 years experience, and so you're not dealing with a newbie. You know
No.
you're going to get it done right, and
Right.
their reputation speaks for themselves.
Right, we will pull all the permits to make sure it's correct and make sure that it is safe and ready for the next couple years or 5
Couple
years or 10
years.
years or 20 years that home will be around.
But I know I'm going to focus on. Everyone knows what I'm focusing on now. My generator,
Oh yeah.
because that to me, I can't see something happening, and I just don't have light. AC.
You kind of got to have a little bit
Oh,
of
a little bit of
AC.
comfort.
Yeah,
A little
Well,
bit
you
of
need to
comfort.
charge your
we
phone.
really are
Yeah.
spoiled, aren't we?
We definitely are. And before I forget, everyone, I'm not going to forget to talk about it. We have our drawing coming up, which is December 17th. If you are interested in getting a 2021 Lexus UX200 and the taxes are paid, it is not a lease option. You can go ahead to Treasure Coast Lexus off of Midway and US 1 if you'd like to go ahead and see the 2021 Lexus UX200. And if that doesn't float your boat, please go. They are a proud sponsor of Careology since we started January 5th, and they are very much just like Elite Electric invested in our community, and 100% of the proceeds go to CareBag. And I've always told you, it is now 2 years CareBag has not fundraised. So we're pushing it by the grace of God. Somebody smiling and looking and making sure we are looking after our babies, our veterans. We were open today, and I had a little old lady sitting in my office like for an hour. She took the bus, so it stopped her there, and she has to wait for it to come back. So we're talking almost 2 hours in my office, and I'm hearing everything she's saying. And when I was driving here, I was talking to my husband, and the first thing I said, where are her children? Because she has children. Where are her children? But I am so glad CareBag is there, that we can provide those little things to her. Because Depends for elderly people, I walked into the grocery store and hardly anything was in Publix. Certain things I wanted, the shelf was so scanty. So things are
People
happening.
hoard things.
They're hoarding, and the prices are going up. And when you have the elderly that are on short little, on a budgeted income, they can't afford them. Depends, Pampers, all of that is very, very expensive. And that's what we give them. And our night hours are going to be opening on November the 11th. We're going to start opening in our evening hours because we're so happy to announce we have had 11 of our mothers that are now working. So they need our service, so we're going to be pushing our hours back on Thursday so they can still get the service and the help that they need. Because I told them we're not going to leave them. You got a job. Those babies still need to be taken care of. So we're really happy for that. So go ahead and purchase your tickets. And we have a celebrity chef coming up January 25th. And I am down, and I need one more chef. Look, Cliff, I need one more chef.
Oh, hint, 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 hint.
Wait, when is that?
January 25th, the last Tuesday in January. Oh, he's looking in his calendar. Do the button with the clapping.
Oh, wait, I have to dig it up.
Me and Cliff work together, but sometimes we're just not on the same page. But we got it. I love him to death. We got it. So we're doing it, and we're very happy. There we go. And we're doing Taste of the Rainbow. And by next week, I'll have all the information because we have 9 tables, 9 chefs, and it's going to be really fun. And like we said, 100% of the proceeds go to CareBag, so we can start doing what we're doing to make sure our vets, our moms, our elderly, our children. And we had Expansion Church come out, and they went ahead and packed 384 bags that we can give to schools, we can give to different agencies, so these young girls during their time of the month do not have to skip school. So I'm going to be heading over to Pace for Girls tomorrow. We had the truancy department come, and we're going to be going to schools in Fort Pierce, dropping off at least 50 to 100 bags. So we want to keep our girls in school. We want to keep our mothers. Not everyone is blessed as we are. So we want to make sure education is important and health is important. The well-being of health is so important. So that is very important. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to listen to our sponsor, and Roxy with Mr. John P. will be back and his bride. And stay tuned and listen to our messages, and Careology will be right back. How would you like to win a Lexus UX 200 with taxes paid? No car payment. That sounds terrific. Go to givecarebag.com. All proceeds go to help our local nonprofit CareBag Incorporated, where they provide access to proper hygiene to those in our community in need. We also have 2 additional prizes. Go to givecarebag.com to find out how you could win a beautiful 2021 Lexus UX 200. No lease, taxes paid. Drawing December 17th, 2021. If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car Buying Simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car Buying Simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer.
And to enter the drawing, you need to know a website, don't you?
Yes, you do, and it is givecarebag.com. I was coming to that. But if they're listening to our advertisements, they are getting that information.
They want to register.
They really, we are... To register for the car, we use an independent organization, and you can go ahead. We have people as far as California buying tickets. Our winner for our 55-inch TV was in Santa Ana, California, and Mr. Mark was so happy when he got his TV. He picked it up at Best Buy, so we want to thank Tuman in the truck for that. So he was happy. It doesn't matter where you are. If you win, you win. If you are in a state that you cannot go ahead and purchase tickets, it will not allow you to by your zip code. That's why we use this independent company. So you can go to givecarebag.com, and you can find out all the information. You can find out everything, the policy, everything about how you can go ahead and go in for the drawing of this car. The taxes have already been paid. So as long as we reach that limit that we have, we will go ahead and you could win the car. If we do not reach the limit, whatever is on there is split 50-50 between you and CareBag, but all of that information is there. We are very transparent with what we're doing. So, Mr. John P.,
Yes.
Back to you with Elite Electric. What do you want customers to know about just keeping their home safe? Because there are a lot of most fires and things that happen are just from bad people doing patch-up jobs by themselves.
Yep.
So what is something you want to tell renters, homeowners to really keep themselves safe?
So actually, I'd like to switch gears just a little bit.
Sure,
So
go right ahead.
One of the main things that we've been offering lately to help keep home safe is air quality.
Okay.
And making sure that what they're breathing is better than they're not breathing some of the nasty stuff that's going around, or they're bringing stuff into the house. And so we're achieving that by doing two things. One, UV lighting, different filtration, as well as ductwork modifications.
Do you know that is one of the things on my list for my shows?
No, I did not know that.
Yes, sir, it is for my January, because we're about wellness, so I don't need to look anyone else.
Okay.
We'll be back
We're
on
here.
to talk about that.
We're here for you.
Because that's important. With COVID, changing filters. I change my filters every 60 days. Should I change it more?
That is going to depend on, one, how much your AC runs.
Every minute of the day. Doesn't shut off.
Everything that goes on in your home.
I have a dog.
So it's based on dogs and then where your filters are.
Near the floor.
So if
The
it's near
main
the
one.
floor, probably should be changed every month.
Oh, we can do that too, because I buy them in bulk, because to me air quality is important, and that's what I noticed. I was at someone's home and I was looking, and there was like a lot of dust, and I was like, you know what, you need that. You need that UV. And me and my husband, because we talk about shows we want to do, and someone said, well, when I want them, they just try to push everything in there. So I said I wanted someone reputable that does it, to talk about the cleanliness, because with COVID has really opened up a lot of people's eyes. Some people weren't doing the normal things. I don't know why. We're going to switch gears a little bit here.
Yep.
I don't know why COVID had to come along, Cliff, for people to know you have to wash your hands.
Well, if we don't want to catch a
I
flu,
agree.
we do the same thing.
We should have been doing
Yeah.
that from day one as we come out our mother's womb. Go into the bathroom, washing your hands. That is a must.
Rule number one.
Rule number one: when you go in your kitchen to prepare your food, wash your hands. When I come off the street and I go into my kitchen, the first thing I do before I even pet my dog is wash my hands.
Yep.
Why did we have to tell people to wash their hands? That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. So a lot of our friends, we talk
True.
about that. Sanitizing, wiping down. That's something we should have been doing all over. But the duct cleaning, that's a big thing for me, because I want my ducts clean. I've been looking, and I see they charge for every air duct you have. So that's something that me and my husband were talking about. I want to get that clean, because I've been in the house almost going on 2 years now. That should have been done, but COVID happened. So that's a big thing for me, because the previous person had cats. Not cats, no, had a cat and 2 dogs.
Yep. And you mentioned that you were at your friend's house and you saw some dust, and you were looking up and pointing, and so sometimes you do see that up by the ceiling. That's where the modification of the ductwork, because that's actually leaking from the attic into the home. Most likely, that's what's happening.
I know my husband's listening. You are getting a call very soon, because that's important. We're worried about what we wipe, what we do. We need to worry about, this is where we sleep.
Right.
So we need to be careful. We have all these things that we plug in, things stay on at night. Are they safe? These are things we need to do. And Careology is about educating our listeners and letting everyone know the right way to do it. We want to keep us safe. And if you have a company local that is helping us do it, we need to go ahead and get as much information as we can to go ahead. So you're going to be my go-to guy, because we have electric, we have generators, we have ductwork we need clean. I see you chomping. Go ahead, Cliff.
Well, and what might come to mind, by the way, is I don't know how long ago you made that jingle, but it's to the electric slide.
Oh.
And the first time I love jingles, and when I heard that, I thought, wow.
The minute he heard you were coming, that's all he was talking, and I didn't know what he was talking about. He's like, electric slide. I'm like
electric slide, yeah.
So that came about from
Mama's idea.
No.
Oh.
It was actually my daughter and another friend of ours.
Okay.
What was her name? No, used to the plumber that Jessica used to say he sticks his hands in our toilet. Tide, his daughter. And so Tide's daughter was driving by our office one day, and he told me that she would always say, look, or he would say, look, there's Elite Electric, and she would say, boogie, woogie, woogie. And so her and Jessica one day, they were saying, she said boogie woogie woogie, and then they started dancing, and I was like, well, let's
do a commercial.
Let's do a
Yeah,
commercial.
well,
I said
yeah.
it sounds, so we started Elite
There's
Elite
no
Electric.
better way to stay in somebody's mind by giving them a little tune
Mm-hmm.
that'll haunt them constantly till
Yep.
they call you.
Well, when we came and he said, "Who do you have?" and I said, "I have Mark Valinote from TRIVENT and John from Elite Electric," and that's all he started to say. Electric Slide.
Yep.
I have no clue what he's talking about. So I'm like, okay.
So you learned something new today.
I sure did. I learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So but this is it. We have 2 minutes. We actually have couple minutes left. Is there anything you want to go ahead and let our listeners know?
Mainly that we're here for you. One of our things is
The bride's giving the finger. Look over there.
we are, yep, we are. That one is we're always here for you, and one of the things that we are kind of promoting is just to be awesome today.
Be awesome today.
Yep.
You have stickers that say that. Yes, you do.
Yep.
Be awesome today.
Oh, great people know great people. So there you
Ooh,
go.
that's a good one,
so,
Cliff.
So we are looking for
Great people.
Great people.
Good luck.
So we are looking for great people for the office. We are looking for CSRs, dispatch. We are looking for field help for electrical, AC, and plumbing. Absolutely.
There we go. So if you are great people, if you're a great person and you want to work with a great company with great people, you need to go to Elite Electric and Air and now Plumbing.
Yeah. See, I brought her for a reason.
There you go. That's it.
She didn't even know I was coming up here until this morning.
There you go. John?
I said, "Do you want to come with me?"
Of course. I'm glad she's here because we know great things. Thank you so much.
You're
I've
quite
been
welcome.
wanting to
if
get
there's
them on.
anything, and I texted my sister, we have a couple extra things,
okay.
something that you mentioned that you can give away for some extra.
Praise
diapers or
God.
something.
That's what we do on here. We're not afraid to say God on this show. We love him. We're not afraid. Thank you so much for being our guest on Careology. We learned so much. And like we said, we're going to put this information on WPSL TV, and it's going to be on Careback for our listeners. No one had any questions for me, so that's good. And
I look forward to doing
the chef. That's
the
right.
chef.
We got
Celebrity
our 10th
chef.
chef, our celebrity chef.
Okay.
So we are now complete. Thank you, Mr. John P. But my name is Roxy, and you have been listening to Careology. And we just want to say thank Mark Valinote for coming out and sharing his financial advice. Remember, to give back, you get back. And you guys remember, it doesn't matter how much you have. When you give back, you get back. And it's a nice feeling when you can go ahead and give back. And we want to thank him for that, for placing that information. We want to thank Mr. John and his bride for coming out with Elite Electric, Air, and Plumbing, and just sharing the information on how to keep us safe, what to do, how to do your ducts, how to do your plumbing, how to do your electric. If you want someone that is professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So this is what I'm going to, before we go, when you were doing my trailer, I had someone that was coming to the trailer, and I got an email. And the email was the person's picture, their information, background check, and I was like, whoa. This is what I'm talking about. Security, right there, security.
Yes.
That's when you have your ducks in a row, and they're a local business, and we try to support local businesses. Again, my name is Roxy with Careology. It has been a pleasure to have you with us for these few minutes, and we are back again next Tuesday, and we are going to have a guest from Lincoln Park, and we're going to just hear what's happening in Fort Pierce. So it has been great. Cliff, thank you. Miss Carol, we appreciate you. You know you can always get us on Google, Alexa, and watch us on TuneIn. Bye-bye, everybody. See you next week.
You've been listening to Careology, the science of caring, and just want to also mention a special thanks to TRIVENT Financial. You know, Mark Valinote, who's a financial advisor, is also been on the show today too. Look for it on YouTube, WPSLTV.com. The time right now is 7 o'clock.